Hello audience, and welcome to Summoner Part 54. And in this part we'll be finishing off the sewers, but at this point we have 4 strong party members, so hopefully we will get through these sewers fairly quickly. That, and there isn't much to do in these sewers either, so yeah, not really too much trouble to worry about now. Now to continue on and show off these summons, the dragons here, let's show off the water dragon. Let's see if he does anything better than the jade dragon. Hey, it's the Loch Ness monster. Yeah, that was hardly worth the damage. Again, someone will have to remind me, do these summons gain power if you keep using them? Because as far as I can tell, the answer would be no. But it's not a big issue. Like, you don't have to use them if you don't want to, so... yeah, the dragons aren't really all that, so... yeah, whatever, who cares? I'd rather stick with my party members anyway. Okay, next up, the Dragon of Four Winds. Who, by the way, we should be able to use as a sort of like a quick travel option. Because as you recall, in the cutscenes, he did use the Dragon of Four Winds to travel between Medivh and Aurenia. So what the hell, game? Yeah, at least this guy looks like a dragonfly or something. He looks pretty cool. Oh, and I think that did a bit of damage. I'm not really sure. But again, like the Jade Dragon, it also reduced my health to like 10. So, yeah, but not really too crazy about it, if I'm honest. As you recall, in the sewers, we have the Gorgons, as well as the Gargoyles here. Again, fairly strong, but weak against magic. The Gargoyles aren't really that big of an issue, now that you have 4 people in your party. Next up, the Forest Dragon, who looks like a friggin' Xenomorph. But this dragon's also probably one of the better ones, because even though it does reduce your health, it does cast positive statuses on your party. Yep, 5 bless regenerating empowered. Actually, that would be fairly useful if it didn't cost you nearly all of your health. But yep, that's probably the only dragon that's worth using. Ah, bloody gargoyles. But like I said, I've really enjoyed doing this Let's Play of Summoner, particularly because I didn't 100% it before when I played it by myself. So by playing it again, I've gotten to not only share it with other people, but also look, take a real detailed look at the game myself. Look at all all the nooks and crannies. Look at all the details. All the, in this case, broken mechanics. And honestly, after this I don't really feel like playing this game again, at least not for a while. But that's probably because I spent so much time on it. But I'm glad I did. Now, something you notice is that the move Fireball, it does damage your allies as well. But what you just saw is the fact that my party only gets like 1 or 2 hit points of damage inflicted upon them. And I think that's obviously because their magic resistance is so high. Well, apart from Fleece, of course. Speaking of which, I was really hoping she would level up on our journey here. Because she needs like 60,000 points to level up at this point. Now, if she did, I would level up her heavy arms ability, and then equip her with some you know, with essentially some better armor. Now, like I said before, everything that's been discovered in the sewers has been discovered. We still have one more side quest left, but we'll complete that in the next part. Because to do that, we need to enter the city. Oh, it's been such a long time since we first visited these sewers. Like, you see these doors here, I remember wandering around the sewers for the first time, trying to find the switches which open all these big, huge gate doors. But, yeah. Oh, speaking of which, you see these huge waterfalls of wastage. Who's making them? The city is nearly deserted, I might remind you. I guess that's the demons. Chunky Chili, but if so, I guess he does reproduce a lot. Look at that. It's like Niagara Falls in this place here. Now, I said before that Jakar has these heroes plate mail. I think that the heroes gauntlets are hidden in this sewer at this point in time. But I guess I miss them and carry on. And like I said before, when I say 100%, I mean the side quests. And yeah, that's it, I mean the side quests. So no, I'm still calling this 100%, even if I don't pick up every single item in the game. Because I'm including the quests and the side quests as part of that counter.
Success.
Oh, hello, Batroids. It's been weeks since I last saw a battle with you guys. This is quite reminiscent. Oh, apart from the blue black Batroids that appear in the Ice Mountain random encounter. Oh, and with that we can finally just turn up this little path here and finally exit the sewers. See, really didn't take too long, did it? And now we will enter the city, and I will show off something new about the game. A summon, which you haven't seen before. But first I'm quite rudely interrupted by these bone knights here, so I'll just get rid of these suckers. Oh, and also show off the Inferno spell here. Ooh, that did quite a bit of damage to him. Again, you can see the knight's been tripped by the, I would say the Debasa weapon, which Jakar and Joseph is carrying. Now, the summon I didn't show off earlier was the Blood Elemental, which does have a cool design, but it's not really too useful. Again, I'll show it off now, I believe. And I think with that I've showed off all the summons throughout this game at this point. Now, the Blood Elemental, it sort of appears as this creature in this game, but it also re-emerges in the sequel and gets a bit of an upgrade. And look at him now, he's the Skinless Wonder. Let me see, I think he does have some fire magic spells, but he's fairly weak. Like all summons, he's physically weak as well. Like, you'll see me now trying to beat up this leech here. So again, I guess like all the other summons, he's not really worth bothering with. In fact, I think when I look at the summons, I think the one which had the most impact, or the one I found the most useful, was possibly the Poison Summon, and that was just for killing the Archlich, but also the Red Minotaur. I think that was at an earlier point in the game when essentially I was down to just Joseph and Fleece. So at that point I did have to use an extra member.
Success.
That, I kind of wonder, if you're meant to level up these creatures, having to level them up near the end of the game is... yeah, what are you supposed to do? It's not like you're going to spend hours leveling up this guy just to get him up a few levels, are you? And like I keep saying, I'm not really sure how, if you can level these characters up, these summons. I'm not sure if they do stay the same power. I mean, they do say that the summons do gather more power, but I haven't really experienced it. But like I keep saying, I'd rather have Fleece with her trip ability. I'd rather have Rosaline with her heal ability. I'd rather have Jakar with his critical hit ability, thank you very much. So, yeah, these summons don't really interest me. They've got an interesting design, but, yeah. It was probably a waste of time even summoning them to begin with, but, there you go, audience. You wanted to see these summons, and that's exactly what you're getting. Oh, and I've got to heal him already. He does look very terrifying, though. This big, huge, skinless monster. Yep, I would be pretty intimidated myself. But like I said, this creature does appear in the sequel, and he gets sort of an upgrade, which is nice to see. At this point I'm getting bored of fighting the same old enemies again and again. It's like an endless conveyor belt of mediocrity. But like I said, there is a new enemy coming up, but honestly, once we see this new enemy, he becomes really annoying. Especially in the final battle. So yeah, I'm not really sure if I want something new, thank you very much. I'm regarding going through the sewers and the same path again. They couldn't have like an alternative path into the city. Yeah, well, my guess is that they didn't intend you to go through the sewers 4 times in a row, but well, not in a row, but 4 times throughout the game. But maybe they had a different route planned, but because of time they had to cut it short. At least these enemies give off Tome of Revive, which is fairly apt considering they're undead abominations. Yeah, not sure if you can see, but the Blood Elemental only does like a couple of hit points of damage. Yeah. Well, in the next game they give him an axe as part of his upgrade, which makes him a bit stronger. I just realised I tried to backstab that Lich when he was tripped, but it didn't seem to work. I guess maybe these enemies are immune to stab damage or something. See, what I noticed is that there's a door here from the sewers. Why couldn't we take that route? I mean, was that originally planned or something? Who knows? Join me again in the next part.